So you're looking to buy a home. Here's what you need to know before going out there and finding your dream home. First of all, make sure you get it pre-approved by a mortgage lender. This will completely change the search of your home, knowing the total number that you can actually afford to be able to qualify for a mortgage. You don't want to go find a dream home that costs, let's say, $1 million, but you can only afford $920,000. Because that $80,000 will stress you out if you're unable to make it, even though you found your dream home. So do yourself a favor, speak to a mortgage lender, get it pre-approved, or be approved even better, to make sure that you know how much you can qualify for when going out and finding a dream home. Let's talk about actually making an offer. It is your responsibility as a real estate agent or as a buyer to do the research before making an offer. And what do I mean by that? It's very simple actually. You can just go in and write an offer. But unless you know what the home is actually worth and what has been sold recently, you will either overpay or you will underpay and you won't have the chance to actually buy the home. So it is my responsibility to let you know. Do yourself a favor, get in touch with your real estate agent who specializes in that area and find out with them what's the value of the home that you're going to be putting an offer on. Make sure you know if you can actually afford it or it might be even over your budget. Now, so there's another thing that is called escrow period. That is basically before you submit your offer, you have usually 5 business days for finance and inspection. I always recommend to have finance and inspection clauses inserted to the contract for a simple reason. If for any reason you can't end up qualifying for the mortgage, this is another way for you to exit from the contract. If you don't have it and you have an inspection condition, the deal becomes firm. Firm basically means that you are now buying this home and you have no way out, and your deposit can be lost and you can be sued if you don't end up closing on the home. So remember this, inspection and finance conditions will help you get out of the contract if you need to. An inspection condition really will help you understand what the home has. If there are any issues or anything will come up in the inspection report. You do have to remember one thing though. An inspection is there, which is great, but at the same time the home has wear and tear. It's been there for 10, 15, 20 years. Even in some cases, brand new homes that are only 1 year old, they will have issues. So remember this, when you're going in with an inspector, you always have to remember that there could be issues in the home, but everything is fixable. Now that you have agreed to a price, you agreed to the closing date with the seller, the next step for you is to contact the utility companies, making sure that you transfer all the contracts, the heating, the furnace, the gas, the water, the electricity. Any potential utility company will need to be to your name. That's step number 1. Step number 2 is getting in touch with a lawyer to be able to do a title search. Make sure that they're checking all the status on your home that you're buying prior to the closing date. Another thing that you have to remember is to get a moving company. Yes, I know a lot of people, for some reason, they forget to call a moving company and they leave it to last minute. So do yourself a favor. If you don't want to stress out, make sure you call a moving company well prior to the closing date and don't leave it to last minute where you kind of just realize, oh, by the way, I'm moving on Friday, and you start making phone calls on Thursday. That's a big epic fail. You want to avoid this one. Make sure you get in touch with them 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month in advance. And last thing I want you to remember, enjoy the process of looking for a home. I know it might seem like a stressful time, but remember this, you're buying a home that you're going to be creating dreams and roots in that home. So the process itself should be a fun process. It's what you make out of it. If you're stressed throughout, you will be stressed. But if you take it as, okay, I lost this house, there's going to be always another home on the market. And if you can't find the home on the market, ask yourself, what will I do if I need to find another home? What I do for my clients, as an example, I always door knock. door knock and call the neighbors to see if anyone else is thinking of selling. So if you're somewhere out there and you've lost a home that you were trying to buy, get in touch with your real estate agent and ask them to door knock the neighbor, to call the neighbor, to try to find out if you can find another home off the market, and make sure that you go in with a strong offer and get yourself a home. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, comment below, DM me, send me a text message. There are many ways nowadays to get in touch with me, so feel free to reach out because my advice is for free. Make sure you subscribe right here and you press that little bell button right here to join my channel. We're producing videos on a regular basis and you will see a new video every Tuesday and every Saturday. Have an amazing day.